You know, doing this show, sometimes you feel bad that people go through some terrible stuff, but with this guy, I don't care at all. This guy was a prick. What exactly is there left to say about the man nicknamed EDP445? I mean, I can tell you what his moniker stands for, but by this point, I'm sure you're all more than aware of what it refers to. His passion for, let's just call it, linguistic methods. That there's what he originally got famous for. Then there was talking crap about his favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, his passion for the NFL would earn him millions of subscribers over on YouTube, who would tune in regularly to see him rant and rave about whatever storyline in the league was angering him the most. But then things got weird, like really weird. His YouTube account would get suspended for inappropriate content, and eventually this escalated to the point where he was confronted by self-described predator hunters who attempted to catfish him into revealing himself to be a very troubled and sick individual. Now, EDP445, he fell for this honeypot and he got himself canceled in the process. Want to hear more about the fallout of EDP's controversy? Well, then keep watching our latest episode of Where Are They Now? EDP445 was born Brian Emerson Moreland on December 15th, 1990 in the city of Los Angeles. Now, from damn near the beginning of his life, well, things were very tough for Brian. He lived alone with his mom and he grew up in the town of Bakersfield, California, a place that he never really connected with in any meaningful way. Now today, whenever he talks about his childhood hometown, well, he makes sure to point out how much he hates it there.
Bakersfield, what the f?
When he wasn't commiserating over how bored he was while he was attempting to get noticed by the girls at school by doing some truly ridiculous things like crashing his foot through a 40-gallon fish tank, all to impress a chick that he was crushing on. Now, needless to say, that little stunt, it left then more a few things broken. For one, the fish tank and Brian's foot. Also, I'm guessing his heart. But hey, at least at the point his affections were a little more, well, they were age appropriate. Not for long. Eventually, Brian, he would go on to graduate from high school and he began his career by picking up shift work at a local Walmart. For the next 5 or so years, well, Brian would work there while also trying to get his YouTube channel off the ground, where he posted under the username EDP445. After years of uploading content that basically went nowhere, well, Brian finally stumbled upon success when his video titled Eagles Trade McCoy, WTF, it dropped in early 2015.
Do you trade LaShawn McCoy to the Buffalo fucking Bills for Kiko Alonso? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't that motherfucker injured last season?
And honestly, it couldn't have happened at a better time, because just as his channel was blowing up online, well, his career was exploding in real life. Now, Walmart, they served him his walking papers and they wished him the best of luck in his future. Now, at first, things worked out great for Brian with ample amounts of free time on his hands. Well, he could now concentrate wholly on turning his channel into a cash cow. But he'd never get there. Instead, his channel, it would continually be taken down by YouTube in both 2017 and 2018 for apparent violations of user guidelines and reports stemming from other users who would often flag his controversial content. The first time his channel was taken down, well, Brian, he changed the name of the channel by turning it into the acronym EDP445 as opposed to what it had originally been. The entire phrase spelt out, expletive and all. Like, what a joke. The second time his channel was taken down, it probably had something to do with his beef involving fellow YouTuber SML. Now, in both cases, EDP, he would get his channel back after a short period of time, and then he would continue to create numerous videos focusing on things like NFL game recaps, food reviews, unboxing videos, reaction videos, and his own unique form of roasts. By February of 2020, well, Brian's channel had grown so much that he even hit 1 million subscribers. The only problem? Well, YouTube, they were unwilling to send him his platinum button. They stated that his channel, it didn't really match their eligible criteria, so eventually, well, one of his fans actually made one for him.
Oh, your channel doesn't qualify for all this. It's stupid as
In July of 2020, the first signs that something was very, very wrong with EDP, well, they began to reveal themselves. Now, that's when he first addressed accusations that he had been voice chatting with underage kids. Now, at the time, neither Brian nor his fans, they appeared all that concerned over these rumors, and for the most part, they attributed them to someone trying to bring EDP down.
Hey, trolls, taste this. No, taste that. Right in your mother.
Then only a few short months later in October, a YouTuber named Cold Raven, well, he dropped an episode of his series titled Slaughterhouse, in which he claimed to have visual proof that EDP, well, he was messaging minors.
Texting several minors, calling them cute, beautiful, and your babe. even after knowing their age.
Bryant's response to these accusations was far from subtle. Now, while sitting down in the middle of a meal, Bryant simply pulled out a handgun and cocked it, making clear the insinuation that Cold Raven should probably keep his mouth shut. However, now that things were heating up, Bryant, he had to address these rumors in a more meaningful way. Now, he attempted to attack the issue head on, but all he really ended up doing was confirming the whole thing when he tried to pass off the blame by saying that he had been catfished into talking to young girls.
That's not me. I'm not that type of mother.
Whether EDP has been lied to or not in these conversations was kind of besides the point. Yes, he had been tricked into this position, but Bryant still revealed himself to be someone who desired to initiate relationships of an inappropriate nature with youngsters. And the many text messages released by Cold Raven, well, they would prove it. Eventually, another YouTuber, Chet Goldstein, he'd get involved himself. Now, Chet, he fashioned himself as a predator hunter, and until recently, he made a career for himself uploading confrontations with reported abusers on the streets. In April of 2021, he uploaded his confrontation with EDP.
What brings you out here today?
Well, I was coming out here to...
Glasses off.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake.
At that point, the cat, it was completely out of the bag. Now, Bryant, he broke down in 4K and he begged for Chet to not call the cops.
I don't even know what to say, man.
Yeah, dude, shame on you.
Shame on me, man. I'm speechless, bro.
Yeah.
I'm speechless, dude.
Hey, bro, you want calling the cops?
Please don't, man.
Why not?
How about you call the cops?
You call the cops. You want help? Call the cops.
You should call the cops.
Call the
Go ahead.
cops.
But EDP wasn't arrested, at least not at that point. You see, even though people like Chet are trying to keep monsters off the streets by involving themselves in what should really be a police matter, it makes it difficult for officers to pursue their own investigation. Not to mention that the evidence produced in these situations, it doesn't always stand up in court. Now, the fallout from Chet's investigation of Bryant, it would result in both of their channels being taken down by YouTube. Now, prior to that, Bryant, he has gone so far as to make all of his content private. Now, at that time, he also popped up over on Facebook, where he promised that he would soon be opening up his very own website.
So, just want to let you guys know, man, EDP445.com. It's coming soon. Been about like a week, maybe 2 weeks from now.
Well, that never happened. Instead, his Facebook account, it was shut down as well. Then the Cameo profile he had created to charge people $44 for personalized videos, that was also shuttered when some user made the company aware of the accusations that EDP was facing. Meeting a dead end at basically every turn, reports suggest that Bryant, he moved out of his hometown of Bakersfield, California, and he relocated to Henderson, Nevada, where he moved into a building known as the Spurs apartment. And his residency here, it didn't last long. After getting spotted by an angry woman who recognized him lounging around by the pool, complaints flooded the building manager's inbox. Eventually, Bryant was asked to leave, and at the time, he reportedly had little more than $3,000 to his name. Needing cash fast, others online have reported that Bryant, he picked up work at a trucking company, but he hated it so much he quit after only a few days. Next, he tried to work at a fast food restaurant, but he only lasted a few days there as well. Basically, no matter where Bryant tried to work, his reputation, it preceded him. This facilitated his decision to try and get his name legally changed. With as bad as things were getting, Bryant reportedly considered taking his own life. Now, thankfully, he was talked out of it by a close personal friend. Then in October of 2021, video footage of Bryant working as a Lyft driver, that would surface online. But his reputation would cost him that gig as well. Now, finally, in December of 2021, Bryant's friend Felipe, he would confirm that EDP has been imprisoned in Henderson, Nevada Detention Center.
This is the Henderson, Nevada Detention Center. Inmate for Bryant Moreland would like to receive the call. And I hung up, and then called again. And the same thing happened, would you like to receive a call? So I said yes, because I was I was just curious to see, holy, he got arrested, wow,
Now, the exact reason for his incarceration, it hasn't been explicitly detailed. I'm not even 100% sure that his imprisonment stems from the accusations made from early last year, but it sure does feel like, a pretty safe bet. As for where Bryant Moreland goes from here, if that is still his real name at this time, I don't know. I don't think he's going to be going anywhere, at least not for a while. But, eventually we'll pick up his story at another time when we have more information, because this is a Where Are They Now? Really could have been a dark side. This guy is just, ugh. Anyway, my name is Michael Crudden. I'll see you guys in another video.